Hey, what's up, guys? It's Austin. And a few days ago, I sent in a video. I was talking about something that happened recently, and I asked if you guys wanted to hear a full story about it. I didn't think it would really be necessary because it wasn't that interesting. Like, I basically just got my card stolen and spent on some pretty ridiculous shit, and a bunch of people were like, oh, just make it into a full video. I want to hear the whole story. So I thought I would do that today. So I hope you guys enjoy this story video today. Leave a like if you do. And here it is. So this all started at the end of last month in May, and I remember specifically, this kid I haven't talked to him in so long, right? Like, we didn't hang out for months and months on end, and I met back up with him, and I've known this kid specifically for 3 fucking years. Like, straight up, I've been friends with this kid for so long, and he's a very trustworthy person. I've trusted him with, like, shit tons of private information, and just, I thought he was a fucking cool dude. And, in the past 3 years, he's never done anything sketchy whatsoever. So, like, seeing this was a huge surprise to me. So I thought I would tell the whole story. So, like I said, I met this kid 3 years ago. And the whole reason we actually, clicked so well is because I used to play a lot of Xbox. And so did he. So we'd always play online. And then we'd hang out in real life. So we were always talking, okay? And he loved Xbox, okay? Specifically Xbox. Remember that. You'll know why in a minute. So like I said, we started hanging out again, right? And we meet up at the mall. First time seeing him in months. And we're just kind of like catching up, talking, just, asking what's up, what he's been up to. Same thing for me. And just pretty much catching up. And he says that he's hungry and he wants to go grab something to eat. And he asked me if I wanted anything because he was going to pay for it. And me being a good friend, I was like, nah, dude, I got it, okay? I got it. And this is my fault. This is a fucking complete mistake by me. And I should have never done this, no matter how much I trusted this person. I just thought, 3 years, knowing him for a long time and doing this before, it wouldn't happen. I handed him my card. I was like, you know what, dude, just go pay for it. Bring it back. And he didn't look at it, completely looked up. He's like, oh, you sure, dude? I was like, yeah, man, it's on me. And he's like, oh, dude, thank you. And he runs up to the line and he gets in line, right? And just chill out. I know that comment is being written right now, being like, Luna, you're a fucking idiot. I knew it. You're an aluminum can. Okay, look, I know I'm fucking stupid for that, but I've done this before. Literally 6 times before this. The first year I met him, I gave him my other card to buy food once, and he literally went up to the line. I went to the bathroom and completely wasn't even watching, and he handed it back to me, and we straight up never had a fucking problem whatsoever. He never did anything sketchy, never stole any money, and from that point on, I was like, damn, this kid's actually a good person. He's a very trustworthy friend. And I remember specifically one time, too, after this, I lost my wallet in some room in my house. I left it in the downstairs room, and I went upstairs, and I basically forgot about it. So I'm looking all around upstairs for it, and I didn't realize it was downstairs. And my friend was like, yo, I think you left it in the basement. And I was like, oh, really? Did you see it? He's like, yeah. I was like, why don't you just grab it? He's like, well, I didn't want you thinking I was doing something weird, you know what I mean? He was one of those people that would go out of his way to not do something sketchy so that he, looked more trustworthy. I guess it was all a fucking plan, or maybe he used to be really cool and then recently he just, developed some severe zebra cake addiction and had to buy, sweets all the time. I don't fucking know. But, yeah, this motherfucker jumped in the line at Taco Bell. He's sitting there waiting to get up front. And, it was fucking Taco Bell. I didn't care about paying for both of our dinner. It's $6 fucking dollars, dude. I don't care. And he's sitting in line looking at his phone, and he has his card in the other hand with his hand closed. So he literally didn't look like he was going to do anything sketchy. And I guess when I looked away, he grabbed his phone. He's like, I got his card. Let me snap a picture or two. And he fucking snapped a photo of my card, went up to the Taco Bell line, bought $20 in food there. Keep in mind, $20 at Taco Bell could probably feed a fucking family, okay? That's ridiculous. I felt robbed already at this point, okay? But anyway, I'm kidding. He did buy $20 though. It's fucking a lot of food, okay? But anyway, he came back, sat down at our table, hands me back my card. He's like, don't worry, I didn't look or anything. And, just trying to assure me that I didn't have anything to worry about. I had to make sure that he's a good person, right? And we basically get done at the mall, right? We, went shopping for a little bit, left the mall, I go home, he goes home, and that was it, right? At least I thought. And then some time goes by, and a few days ago, I open up my, bank thing, and I realized something that's just a little bit weird. I didn't realize it until now. There was a bunch, a fuck ton of Xbox purchases, right? I was like, wait, Xbox? I haven't bought anything on Xbox for literally 2 months. It's been a long time. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. And it was two $21 purchases, right? So I kind of ignored it for a little bit. And then I thought to myself, I was like, well, my Xbox membership renews soon, so maybe it's just that. And I kind of ignored it. And then I kind of scrolled down and I realized there was a fuck ton more that I missed. There was literally $600 in Xbox purchases on my fucking card that I had no idea. I didn't even notice it. I have no idea how I didn't see it. I think this kid literally made them so fast that they basically went down to the bottom of the list so quick. And I was like, okay, well, fuck me. So I have to call my bank. I'm like, yeah, I think someone stole my card and bought a bunch of Xbox video games and shit. And he's like, Xbox? And he knew what I was talking about. Apparently he has one. So he looks through the transactions and he's like, yeah, you're looking at well over $400 of Xbox stuff. I was like, yeah, I don't play Xbox that much. He's like, yeah, man, even if you did, I don't think anyone would actually spend $400 on video games that quick. And I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, they're all within like a week period too. I was like, this is weird. But anyway, I freeze my card, and this guy's just like, do you know who could have done it? And I was like, I honestly have no idea, because at this point, I was like, there was no way it was him. I've known this kid for 3 years. I've done this before with him. Like, he's never done anything sketchy. There's no way. So I'm sitting there, like, going through all my list of friends, thinking of situations. Maybe someone at a store got it, you know what I mean? I was like, all right, whatever. I have plans with him tomorrow anyway. I'm going to go to his house, see if he knows anything about it. If he doesn't, whatever. So the next day, I get to his house. I ask him about it. He has no fucking clue what I'm talking about. He actually gets, like, really upset. He's like, dude, that's the scummiest thing I've ever heard. Like, whoever did that is not a fucking friend. That's mean. I was like, all right, so you don't know anything about it. He's like, dude, I would never do something like that. You're my homie. I've known you for years, like, so long. I was like, yeah, you're right. I didn't think so. And I, like, slapped him up. He was being really cool. So later in the night, I'm sitting there on his bed, and he walks out of the room, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit shady right now. I just got to check. So I grabbed his controller, his little Xbox One controller, and I went through his games, and he had a bunch of recently downloaded, like, brand new digital downloaded games. And I go to the game store, and I go to buy something, and I look at the payment options, and one of them has the last 4 digits of my card. And I was like, huh, that's oddly familiar. And it has my name on it, too. Like, it had all my billing info and shit. I was like, oh, okay, well, now we know who did it, right? So I went over to the payment options. I deleted my card because obviously I didn't want him to have access to it even though it was frozen. And I unplugged his power cable from his Xbox and just put it in my backpack. And I walked out the front door. And he saw me walking out. He's like, dude, where are you going? And I was like, fuck off, dude. Seriously? He's like, what? I was like, why can't you spend it on something cool? Like, if you're going to steal from me, buy a fucking ticket. Do anything. Why would you buy Xbox games? What person needs $600 in Xbox video games? Like, that's just fucking absurd, dude. Like, I'm more upset that you spent money you stole from me on Xbox games than actually doing something cool with it. Like, if you're gonna steal from me, at least do something cool. And I just proceeded to walk away. Like, I literally walked down the street, pulled my phone out, proceeded to tweet a bunch of angry impulse tweets, and that was pretty much the end of it. And yes, my dumbass did take his Xbox cord and basically ground him for a week from his Xbox because, I don't know, I was like, you know what, I need to do something to get back at him. I'm just going to take his fucking Xbox cord. Now, obviously, once I tweeted, I had a bunch of people replying, being like, dude, fuck that kid, you know, tweet his phone number, tweet this about him, and it's like, that's just fucking stupid. Why would I ever do something just as bad to get back at him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to fucking use YouTube and you guys to get back at someone that's in my personal life. Like, that's just fucking shady, I think. Like, to tweet someone's personal phone number and use you guys to spam him and, like, fuck with him, I think that's kind of messed up. Messed up to you guys, not him. I'm not talking about fucking him whatsoever. Just to use you guys for something like that, I think that's messed up. But yeah, anyway, he couldn't play his Xbox for, like, a couple days because, yeah, I took his power cable. I think he had to go to a store and get a new one. I haven't really talked to him since because, well, it's fucked up. And get this shit, right? Right after it happened, I got a text message from him that I didn't see immediately because I was, like, ignoring him. And it was, like, a long message of him, like, apologizing. And I'm a nice fucking guy. I'm going to accept your apology, but I'm not going to fucking hang out with you anymore because, you know, he stole a bunch of money and spent it on Xbox games. But he literally, like, shared it with other people. So there was, like, I think 2 or 3 other motherfuckers using it to buy Xbox games. It wasn't just him. I don't even want to think about what he did. He probably, like, got into a party. He's like, yo, so my friend of 3 years, right? He gave me his card to go and buy Taco Bell with it. And I took a bunch of photos with my phone. And I fucking got it, guys. Like, we're going to go on a fucking spending spree. Whatever game you want, whatever video game you fucking want, we're playing that shit right now. And yeah, they proceeded to do it and just go on a spending spree. And my card has a limit. It's like a $500 limit. So, like, the first day, I'm pretty sure they went all out and made, like, a bunch of small transactions. And then they hit the limit. And it pretty much stopped them from buying anything for the rest of that day. And then from that point on, they kind of did, like, smaller purchases up to, like, 600. And then I finally noticed it and caught on. Like, if I wouldn't have checked my bank that day, it probably would have went on for, like, a couple more days. And it would have been even more, which is just unbelievably upsetting, man. It's really pathetic. But anyway, keep this in mind. Kid's got a fucking job, too, which is just, dude, full-time job, too. Like, could easily afford that many games, but nah. Gotta steal from my friend of 3 years named Austin, because fuck that guy. But anyway, yeah, it pretty much ended there. I mean, I accepted his apology. Probably not going to hang out with him anymore because, like, it's kind of fucked up that he did that. Really fucked up. But, I don't know. I got the money back. It's not a big deal. Like, the money's not the problem. It's just, like, shady-ass people, dude. Like, you think you know somebody for years on end, right? And they've done all these things, and they're, like, super trustworthy people. And then, like, one day, they're like, I'm just going to steal from you today. I'm bored. But, yeah, I guess moral of the story is, trust people, but don't fucking give them your card, because then you're an idiot like me, and you'll end up getting like $600 in Xbox video game charges to your fucking card, and you feel like an idiot, because I feel pretty fucking stupid for doing that, but that's life. I guess you live and you learn, and won't do that again. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. Feel free to leave any of your stories in the comments down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace.
I was on the way to your crib, girl. I know you stay in Jersey. Why you lie about where you live? Rarely ever leave Brooklyn. It's your ass that got me here. Got you arching, got you golden, like we bringing back the rib. Oh my, what? I am losing grip on my. Had to switch it up like.